Hello, this is Paul from EMD Automotive at Caringbah, Sydney. Today we have a Porsche Cayenne. They came in with the low, high pressure, comes up with the fuel pressure was low on high pressure side. So what we done, first of all we have to actually check everything before we do anything, before we confirm a part that's faulty. So we have to check the actual fuel pressure from the actual fuel tank. We'll check the fuel filter. So we check the fuel pressure from the tank before the fuel filter, and fuel pressure after the fuel filter that goes into the fuel pump, the high pressure pump there. So if we come to the body, what we found is the low fuel pressure from the tank before the fuel filter was about 7 bar, and after the fuel filter was about 6.8 to 7 bar. Alright, after that we had to actually do some more work. It looks easy when I do the video, but it's actually time consuming when you actually do the test. So what we done, we blocked off the injector one by one from bank 1, and to see if the fuel pressure is dropped. But what we found is the actual, when we blocked off bank 2, the fuel pressure didn't drop. So when we block off bank 1, the fuel pressure drops. So in a way, there's a fault in the diesel system, but to do it properly, you got to check every single one, because a lot of air, any air in the system will drop the pressure, and the car can't function properly. So what we done, we just kept going, and what we found is the fuel pressure coming out of here, there's not much coming out of here to supply bank 1. Bank 2 is just normal. So bank 1, not much fuel coming out, so the pump is faulty. So this side here is lower than this side here. So when we took this off, which goes to about there, and test the fuel coming out, there's nothing compared to this side here. So quick rundown on the actual board. We had the car running at 1000 RPM, got the same fuel pressure, 2000 RPM, same fuel pressure. But when you turn the ignition off, the fuel pressure on bank 1 is leaking. So we didn't know if the injector was leaking or the fuel pump was leaking. So what we done is we blocked bank 2 up, which is this one here. So we took the common line, from bank 1 to bank 2. We took it right off and blocked it off, and the fuel pressure was staying at fuel pressure was the same as the actual 24 bar, so it wasn't coming down, because before when we turn the car off, it just goes to 0 instantly. So the fuel pressure wasn't actually going to 0. So bank 1 is good. So the pump is faulty, and the main reason why the pump's faulty is because we took the supply line off here and crank it. The car this side here was running, but this side was going. But this side here, there's not much fuel coming out of there. So you got 2 ports to supply one port here to supply bank 1, and 1 port there to supply bank 2, and they got a common share line in the middle. So we just found out today that the actual pump's faulty. So we got to replace the fuel pump first, because that's the main culprit. And then after that, we'll check the car again for anything else. But at the moment, the high pressure pump is faulty. So we're going to get a quote from Porsche, and we'll go from there. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.